this, I'd like to end that questionnaire session on eye coffee thing. Well, this Monday, again, a bright Monday. So we will start with our flagship product of Indusviva, which is nothing but eye pulse. Well, everybody must be excited, definitely. So even I am excited as well to talk about eye pulse. Well, the first thing about eye pulse is it's one of the brand of Indusviva, which is our flagship brand. And in fact, the name pulse signifies it is major, it is somewhat which is very important to us. The pulse is always important to us. The pulse is in our heart as well as in our arteries. The pulse is always close to us. That is the reason why this is actually the flagship product of Indusviva. Well, most of my patients do ask me that there are so many diseases and disorders on this planet Earth. How do we counteract them? That is the first question. Well, I always tell them that there is only one answer to counteract all these diseases and disorders as well as preventing them. The answer is nothing but antioxidants. Well, this word antioxidant plays a very important role so far as eye pulse is concerned. Well, I would like to talk about these antioxidants a bit later on. Well, before that, eye pulse. Well, as everybody knows, eye pulse is actually a liquid formulation, which is nothing but a mixture of fruit concentrates which is delivered in a liquid form. Well, that is the first thing. And the next important thing, as everybody notices, the most important ingredient of eye pulse is nothing but our acai berry. Well, everybody has to know about this acai berry actually. See, most of you might have seen the outer carton of eye pulse as well, wherein the photograph of acai berry is actually seen. That is the first thing that the distributors need to observe. Well, acai berry is actually a kind of palm tree. See, most of you might have seen these palm trees. See, coconut is also a kind of palm. There are other types of palms available in India as well. Whereas this acai berry is a kind of palm which is found only in the South American continent, especially in the Amazon forests of South America. It is mainly the Amazon forests surrounding the countries of Brazil, Argentina, Chile and such other countries. See, this acai berry is botanically called as Eutrip oleracea. See, every plant has a botanical nomenclature. Every plant has a scientific name. It is actually called as a scientific name. In fact, this is called as Eutrip oleracea. The other important thing is, this is usually found in the forests of South America, so especially in the countries like Brazil, Argentina and so on. The most important thing is, when you see the history of this acai berry, this is actually used by the tribes in South American forests, especially to prevent them against all kinds of diseases and disorders. That is the first and the foremost thing that made us to take this particular ingredient and add in this formulation. So, acai berry is traditionally used by the tribal people of South America in the management of so many disorders. Well, the other important thing is, the modern science has given a lot more importance to this acai berry by scientifically researching it and validating it. So, the one of the important things which come into the play is the ORAC value. See, most of you might be knowing about this ORAC value, oxygen radical absorbance capacity. I would like to repeat this again. ORAC is called as oxygen radical absorbance capacity. Normally, the ORAC value is a value which is in terms of numericals. It is in terms of numbers, which actually gives you a particular value to see that this particular ingredient is a very good antioxidant. See, for example, the ORAC value of acai berry is 1,02,700 moles. It is 1,02,700 moles. This is one of the highest ORAC values available in the world, which means acai berry is actually one of the major ingredients which is known as a true antioxidant, which is capable of combating conditions like cancer. So that is what the actual ending line is. Well, the ORAC value is very important in order to assess the antioxidant capabilities of various ingredients. A simple tomato, a simple potato, a simple carrot, a simple watermelon, whatever you use in the daily life is also having ORAC values. But when you see into their ORAC values, for example, a thing like tomato will have a ORAC value of only about 90s or 100s to be more specific. Well, whereas a thing like acai berry is having 1,02,700, which is very, very big, and in fact, this is a thing which is required for combating major diseases in the world. This is having the highest ORAC score in the world, and this is also called as the #1 antioxidant in the world as well. It is also a #1 immune system supporter. That is the reason why when I was answering the question of one of the distributors So I said that in the post-TB conditions as well, like post-tuberculosis condition, whereas a person is very weak during that time, the immunity is already depleted. So giving eye-pulse is a very important choice, a very good choice, because it is a very good immune system supporter. Well, the next important thing is there are several in vitro studies. In vitro studies are cell line studies which are done using petri dishes or petri plates inside the laboratories. In fact, acai berry has shown very good activity against reducing the cancer causing cells as well as preventing the cancer cells from multiplying ahead or multiplying in the future, which means to say that it has a very important capability in preventing cancer as well as spreading the prevention of the spreading of cancer, which is in scientific terms we call it as metastasis. Metastasis is spreading of cancer from one stage to the other. Everybody might be knowing there are different stages of cancer actually. There are 1, 2, 3 and 4 stages of cancer. There are 4 stages of cancer. This is called as metastasis or spreading of cancer. In fact, this is a very important supplement which also can prevent the spreading of cancers from one stage to the other. That is called as metastasis. The next thing is, I would like to talk about a simple, very important kind of a drink which is developed by NASA. See, everybody is knowing about NASA. NASA is a space organization in the United States of America. So the drink is actually called as AS10. You can also get this on the website. The AS10 is a combination of various fruit concentrates including acai berry. A small little story which I have to narrate here. See, these astronauts are always working in the space. You might be knowing about the International Space Station which is established by NASA in the space. See, what exactly happens is, we human beings are living on this planet Earth. So this planet Earth has a particular layer called as the ozone layer. This ozone layer, however, because of all this pollution and all these days, it is depleting now. Because of deforestation, there are no trees in this planet now. Ultimately, the ozone layer is depleting. The most important thing of ozone layer is it prevents the ultraviolet rays from the sun reaching the earth. That is the most important thing. Whenever the ultraviolet rays of the sun reaches the earth and touches us, suppose if the ozone layer is not there, the person can develop cancers, skin cancers to be more specific. And of course, if the skin is affected, different kinds of cancers in the body can also happen. So, when the ozone layer is there, because of which we are prevented from the cancers. Whereas, the astronauts who are working in the space stations, for example, they are directly exposed to the sun's rays, that is the ultraviolet rays. In the space, there is no UV layer, or there is no, the ozone layer is not there. So, in such cases, what will happen is, the ultraviolet rays from the sun directly will affect the astronauts. Even though they may be wearing the suit as well, the suit is protective to a certain extent only. So, it will not prevent the ultraviolet rays from passing inside and penetrating the body. The ultraviolet rays are very minute rays in fact. So, what exactly happened in NASA was, they actually gave this AS10 drink to these astronauts, made them drink the AS10 juice and sent them to the space, and when they were working in the space, the ultraviolet rays, even though touched their bodies, did not cause any skin cancers. This means that the acai berry which is present in the AS10 drink had a very significant anti-cancer potential. So this was the main reason why this particular ingredient acai berry is taken into our product, and that is why, as everybody of you know, iPulse is a very important product for the prevention of cancer as well as prevention of spreading of cancer, or in other words, metastasis of cancer. Well, this is the most important thing. So the final line of this is, acai berry is actually an ingredient which is used by the tribal people of South America for centuries as a food supplement. Acai berry is not something which is fallen from the Mars. It is growing in on our planet Earth itself, in a different continent of course, and people have been using this since many years as a dietary supplement as well. Well, the next thing, iPulse is actually a synergistic combination of 14 other fruit concentrates. iPulse is not only a single ingredient composition. As you all know, it is having acai berry as well as 14 other fruits. When I talk about the 14 other fruits, there are 5 important berries in it. See, the importance of berries always lies in their ORAC values, whatever the berry is. So, acai berry along with blueberry, blackberry, mulberry and strawberry. These are the 5 berries which are present inside iPulse. Again, I am trying to repeat this: acai berry, blueberry, blackberry, strawberry and mulberry. These berries are always rich with antioxidant capacities, and the